Hello everyone and welcome back to another Grainman Explains video, and I'm very excited to actually get on with this video. We've now got the new Göweil pack. As you can see here, we've got a couple of machines, but I'm hoping this is going to be a really in-depth deep dive of all the machines that have come as part of the new DLC. The DLC came out today. It was available on Steam from 1 PM GMT. So I've got it downloaded and we've put together all the machines in this area now, which I'm going to run through very quickly in the shop first to show you what you actually get as part of the DLC. And then I think what we'll start with is we're going to start showing off some of the really nice textures, animations and models of these new Göweil machines. So let's start in the shop. So easiest way is just go to the mods and DLCs and you'll see, so you've got the Bale handlers, but these are interesting actually because you can actually get them to work on front loader and telehandler on the what I would call the Bale hands, and also the same on this Bale handler as well. So it's got 3-point and front loader and telehandler, and you've also got the same thing for this Bale wrapper. This can go on a telehandler or 3-point and 3-point linkage on the front loader, and it also has a support roller at the bottom as well. Now I'm not 100% certain what that's for, but I would have thought that would be full if you put it on the back or on the front of a 3-point hitch. Now we are going to test that because I've got this already set up as well as one of the machines that's in our area to demo. And then we've got the standard, what I would call trailed Bale wrapper. And this one has got some different designs in regards to, you can also have the wrapper with a bale, with an end turner or a bale turner. Now that's really quite a fascinating idea, and again we've got this on one of the machines which we're going to try as well, because we're going to actually do some grass and hay baling, and then we're going to use these wrappers to see what happens when we use one without a end turner and one with an end turner, so that's good. And then we've got obviously the static Bale wrapper for both 125 to 150 and up to 180 centimetre square bales. And then we've just got a standard little, this is pretty much a standard little baler that does 125 centimetre bales. Again, we've got one of these that we're going to be using. And then we're looking onto the baler, round baler with a wrapper as well. And again, what we can do is this one can have an end turner as well. So obviously if you're on a hilly map, something like New Mini-Brunn or maybe Erlengrat, which has got a few areas that are a bit hilly, and obviously you can have it so the bales do end up literally rolling down the field. This could be a really interesting and a really helpful add-on for everybody. And it also obviously you get the silage additive tank as well to just increase. So that goes at the front by the looks of that. It does, yeah, fantastic. And then we're on to the big boy stationary balers. Now this is what me personally, I'm very excited about these. So you've got the F115 and the V140. Now in the fact sheets and some of the fact sheets that I actually put out the other day, obviously these both produce round bales at the end, but they can take straw, grass, hay, chaff, sugar beet cut or pulp, and also TMR. So I have got 4 of these at the moment on the demo area, and I'll explain why. So with these you also have the ability again to have an end turner. So I've got this one without the end turner and with the end turner set up, and we're going to put all the different types of materials through, so sugar beet, hay, straw, etc., and see what happens. And the same with the V140. Now this one will do 150 centimetre bales, and it's got a slightly bigger hopper of 20,000 litres. Again, does the same thing. It's got the wrapper design with an end turner, so as you can see that a little bit there just changes, which looks good. And we'll go in a bit deeper into that in a few minutes when we get these set up. But this one will do, like I say, 125, 150 centimetres, 20,000 litres. This one is still 20,000 litres, but it only does 125cm bales. So, but both don't need an awful lot of horsepower, 120 horsepower, and the big Combi baler needs 160. So none of these machines need a lot of horsepower. That one only needs, doesn't actually say actually, even though you would have thought it would do, so that's going to be PTO driven, but we shall see. So that's what you get, and these are all the machines as I've laid out here. So again, very nice models. These are by Giants, very detailed. They look really nice, and I personally, I'm a really big fan of their Gal's colour choice with the blue and the slight light orange colour, which is absolutely fine. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, what I have got is I've got a front loader and a telehandler, just to show the difference in how these tools can be attached. And I've got every one of the tools here ready. Again, these balers have got, this one hasn't got the bale turner, this one has. It's this little wheel here, and what we have got as well is we've got all of our machines set up here. So we've got the F140, but as you can see, when you actually pull up to it, you get a nice, really nice looking, it's kind of like a schematic diagram on how things are doing, like how many litres you've got in the hopper, how many litres you've got in the bale chamber, etc. And also there, I believe, is a bale counter. Now, you can either control it from the tractor, or you can go up to it, and obviously you can, on an Xbox controller or a controller, you'd do your left shoulder button, and then you've obviously got the fully fold baler, turn on the baler, and you've got the turn off automatic drop. Now, one thing I have found is if you've got quite a few of these machines very close together, like I've had, and when I set this up, I actually ended up getting the what I call the schematic dashboard up probably 3 times, and it was a bit like, wow, that's a little bit over the top. But once you've got them spaced out a little bit, they do separate. But I mean, look at the actual, just the models, just the detail, etc. They look absolutely amazing. They really do. I'm really impressed with these, and I'm very excited to use them. Now, one thing I did want to show quickly before we start cracking on was I've got one of the, I think it's the 140s. Is that a 140? Yep. So I'm actually wanting to show, if I can get this in the right position, zoomed in a little bit, but not too much. I wanted to show how unbelievably awesome it is when you actually unfold this baler. So I'm just going to do this. So first off, it kicks the drawbar out to the left, then it opens the side pods where the wrapper is, the wrapping rolls are, then it opens the hopper and it puts the trap up. I mean, it looks absolutely amazing. You can detach the tractor at this point. It obviously it won't run because obviously it needs PTO power from your tractor, but it just is absolutely awesome, really, with the animation and the way it actually folds up. It's so smooth, and it does kind of give you a really big appreciation of the engineering that goes into these machines in real life, and how well Giants have been able to put these together in the game. So I think what we'll do, we're actually going to move this one over here now, because we actually need to get it set up ready to use it. Now, I know I've got quite a lot of different range of tractors here to use. I just wanted to get everything set up nicely so we could use it and see how we get on with it, really. So let's get that sorted. I'm just going to exit the tractor. I've got the tractors so they carry on. Let me just look at this. It's absolutely amazing, really is. So I think what we'll do first is let's start with a few of the different types of crops that we can actually put in these stationary balers. So first things first, we have got TMR in this trailer, in the crampy trailer. We've got straw in this forage wagon. So that was actually picked up from the field just over there, field 42, where I actually harvested it earlier today, and picked this up with a forage wagon as normal. This one has got sugar beet cut in it, and I used the developers mod just to spawn some sugar beet cut in pallets and then put them into the this trailer. And I did the same thing with the TMR. This one has actually just got standard grass in it. That was from the field over there that I cut earlier to make this working, and this one has just literally got chaff in it. So that's just got chaff as if you'd harvested corn using a foraging machine on a stage before ready to harvest. So we've got all the different types, and I think what let's start with the chaff. Let's see if we can make some chaff bales. Now I'm just gonna, you'll have to excuse my driving because sometimes my reversing skill is not perfect. So what I'll do is we'll pull this up, see if we can get it lined up nicely with a hopper. Now I've tried to pick different types of tractors and different trailers so we can all differentiate the different types of materials that we're putting through these machines. Whoa, as I said, my reversing is not brilliant. So as you get close to one of these machines, it does pop up. Now right and white, let's see this going in. So it fills the hopper up. Again, really nice animation there. So 12,600 litres of chaff, yeah. Let's get into the tractor. Nice. So on the diagram there, it tells you how much, and there's a nice little logo of what's in the in there. So let's turn on the baler. Let's see how quick this runs. Wow, look at that. So it tells you how big the bale is going to be. So if we go up to it, so then the sound effects hopefully you can hear as well. So okay, yes, I did realise that there's netting on this now, isn't they? And that'll wrap it, and let's see if it drops. That is really, so it's carrying on going, so that's, and cutting it and dropping it, and it flicks it. So there's the difference, right? Okay, fantastic. So have we got any more in here? No, we haven't. That's fine. So what I'm going to do then is we'll drive this one away. Let's put some grass in the next one, which I think will be a good next one to do. So we'll just flip this around again. And so this will be a good test actually to find out how whether we can actually just take a forage wagon straight up to one and if it works. So let's see, let's spin this around a minute and let's get this lined up to the next one. I'll probably be using a slightly underpowered tractor to be honest with you for this forage wagon, but and there's 44,000 litres, so this should in theory fill this up. So let's see if we can just get this in the right position. There we go. Okay, so let's exit again. Let's go next to it and see if it shows a different logo for grass. No, okay, so it's the same. That's fine. So let's see how this one's getting on. Right, okay, I see. So if you don't clear the area, the baler can't carry on. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well what we'll do, we'll start this one off because this one hasn't got the bale flipper. So this could be an interesting. So again, as you can see there, because I've got both machines quite close together, with the one that's on the Fendt tractor, you can see both schematical information. So let's turn this one on. There we go. So that carries on, emptying into there. It's a nice animation going on here, there really is. It's lovely. Right, so let's go get, we're going to leave these two a minute. So that's grass and chaff tested. Let's get our telehandler and let's get a bale grabber here. Let's see if we can actually move these easily. Right, now you're going to have to forgive my ability to use these what I would call bale hands because I'm not fantastically good at using them. So let's see how we get on. So, oh, like I said, right. There we go. Right, so let's go up to this one, and obviously as you get close again, let's grab it. Yeah, okay, and that flips it. Fantastic, and it carries on. So I'll just drop this one down here quickly. I know my use of this bale handler is very bad, so I do apologise about that. Okay, so what we'll do, we're going to go to this one now, and see if we can grab this one. It's not ideal obviously, but it is quite nice that when you have the flipper, you have the bale flip, it allows you then to a bit easier to grab the bale from the side. So let's just grab this one out of the way. I'd like to see what happens when so I'm hoping, now we've done that, this one, is that not carrying on? Oh, that's interesting. Why is that not continuing? Turn off fully full baler. Okay, so what we'll do, let's just stop this a second. There we go, now it's started again. So that took a little bit of time to get started then. I don't really know why, but it did, but that's fine. And then hopefully, yeah, so we've got netting again, and pulls it across. Fantastic, look at that, that's brilliant. Right, so let us now, I think what we'll do here is, obviously that's grass and chaff done. So I think what we'll do now is, there we go, we'll stop offloading. We'll pull this back, so I think we've done enough grass. So that's two of the four different types of crops that we can use. So that's really good. Sorry, two of the five, apologies there. So let's swap to the John Deere if we can. So obviously, yeah, okay. So obviously if you have already got bales and they can't drop anywhere, they do tell you. So that's fine. Whoops. So let's put in TMR. Let's put in some TMR now in the I believe this is the 140, but I will double check in a second. We can get it loaded up with the TMR, and then we can get the other one done with the sugar beet as well, which should be a really good thing to do. Now this is going to be interesting, so let's try this. So again, just got out. We keep going up the conveyor belts of the other ones now. So is this the 140? It is, yeah. Okay, so this is the 140. So again, it tells you, but as you can see, because I'm parked really close to other of these stationary balers, then obviously we do get quite a lot of information around the other ones that are quite close to it. So let's turn on this baler. Hopefully, yeah. So I'll try and keep quite close to this one. That's interesting, because if you look there, that's actually going 3,500 litres. That's telling you exactly what's in the bale chamber. That's really clever. Really, really clever. That's going to wrap that. And then just drop it straight off. Yep. Fantastic. Now, if we get close to this one, yes, so we can change the bale size on the 140 to 150 centimetre bale. So what's the size of this? 3,500 litres. Right, okay, so that's not going to work, so that's absolutely fine. So that's obviously going to stop now, because we need to unload. So this is a really good idea, but obviously you need to just make sure that you have an area where you can keep, or having someone there. Okay, so that tells us so that one is 5,000 litres, so a 5,000 litre bale is the bigger size, the 125, so that's good. So that is, again, nearly all of them done. So I think what we'll do now, we're going to swap, and we're going to try sugar beet cut, because obviously that's quite a lot of the other different types of crops that we haven't been able to bale before. So let's swap into the John Deere. I thought it was a good idea to try different tractors, just one, because we may as well try some different tractors that we haven't used very often in my series so far, and also to be able to differentiate a little bit. So we've got 22,000 litres of sugar beet cut here, so let's see if we can put that in. Let's have a quick go. What we're going to do as well in this video is we'll run through just doing some basic baling as well. Do that. Let's see if we can just get to the side. So let's filling the hopper up again. So I think what we'll do with this one is go up to this. I'm clicking the right shoulder button to then be able to change the bale size. If I did it on keyboard and mouse, obviously it's L and on other input devices it might be slightly different, but I run keyboard and mouse sometimes, but mainly run a Xbox controller because I just find it a little bit easier. So let's turn this on. So let's see how we get on with this. 1,000, 1,500, so this should be a big bale. Obviously you can see the PTO shaft there running, and let's just see what the bale turns out like. And as you can see, as the bale gets bigger, that's fantastic. This has got a flipper on it, this one actually. There we go, it's got netting again, and then obviously it's going to wrap it up and then it'll drop it. So that is, yeah, these are really, really impressive pieces of equipment. So I think what we need to do quickly, actually, we need to clear the area of these bales because they're getting a little bit carried away, and it'd be quite a good idea to probably clear at least one or two of these bales out of the way. Let's go. Fantastic. It does give us a chance actually, so what I'm going to do in a minute as well, so I've got the other bale system, because we could do with just, there we go. I think that means that, so once that bale's dropped, I think there's only this bale and one more, and that machine will be cleared, which is really good. So that's really really handy. So let's just see how we get on with this. Oh, have I got it? Yep, out of the way. So hopefully that bale will then, no, that bale's not big enough, so obviously that needs to have some more put into it. That's fantastic. Now let's just remind ourselves, if we look at the other type of bale handling device, which I think is over here. So I've arranged these in a slightly different way. So I've arranged these in a way that you've got the ability to use telehandler and also front loader. So I'm guessing that is front loader on the that's front loader vehicle, and also front loader on just a normal tractor. Now unfortunately I've actually designed all my tractors to be so small, so big that they can't take a front loader, so that probably wasn't the best idea, but there we go. Right, I know this is designed for, I believe this is really designed for square bales, but it does work for round ones, so I'll take that, and it actually is a little bit easier. Now it shouldn't work by the looks of that, because it doesn't seem to go small enough, so maybe I might have found a little bit of a bug there, but that's fine. But what we will do now is, because we're now moving on to stationary balers, I think let's get either one of the John Deeres, sorry about the lag there. It does seem to be that these new bits of equipment do take, when they're all running side by side, do take quite a lot of graphical power to run, so it does seem to be like that. So let's just get this set up. Let's get this stationary bale loader set up. Now unfold again. Right, okay, I think, oh, okay, that's interesting, I wasn't aware of that. This stationary bale loader, I believe, may have its own engine, and it does. There. So walk up to it, I turn on automatic drop, so it's unfolded. Okay, so let's see about loading up a couple of square bales. We've got all the different sizes. Let's see about loading up some of these bales and see how well they get on. So widest stance possible. Yep. Let's just see about this and get this actually, that's a bit better. Like I said, I apologise for my use of these tools. I'm not amazing at them, but hopefully with this pack I'll get a little bit better. So let's see if this, how this works. I'm guessing Okay, so you don't have to actually turn it on. It just literally grabs it, wraps it. Again, animation on this is amazing. There come the hot cutters, and it tips it that side. Fantastic. That's amazing. So I'm just going to double check something actually. Wrong window. So what I'm going to double check actually on that one with the stationary bale wrapper, which is that one, it does do 180 centimeters or 150 for the other one, so that's good. Right, okay, that's fantastic. So I think the next job is, we've demonstrated all of the different types of stationary balers. They work really well. I did have some straw left to put through, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, to be honest with you, because I don't think everybody wants to see straw bales being made, because we've all made an awful lot of straw bales in our time playing Farming Simulator, but we shall see. Right, I think we're going to take the little round baler now out into the field, and also just take on a quick bit of baling with it, see how it handles it. Let's give this a quick go. I've got a pre-cut grass and some pre-cut straw already, so I'll just put this on there. So I'll pick up, turn that, turn on automatic drop, and let's get some grass bales made. Now this field was cut with one of the standard in-game mowers, the Chrome Big M, so just on swath dropping, so there's no, hopefully it should be able to handle these larger swaths. And I really need to remember how to drive with a round baler, since in most of my games I usually use square balers, mainly because I don't have to remember to keep stopping to allow the bale to pop out. But what I'll do, I'm going to create a couple of grass bales, not too many, just want to create a couple so I can use the bale wrappers mainly that come with this pack, just to show those off. So we'll just probably do the rest of this stretch here, which I think is fine, and then we'll get the bale wrapper out to wrap it. We'll do the bale wrapper with and without the bale flipper on, see how good it is. There we go, nearly there. Obviously 125 centimeter bales don't need an awful lot of grass to be created, so that does cause a bit more fun when it comes to doing demonstrations. So there we go. So it does look a little bit small, I obviously against the John Deere 8R, but I decided to pick some big tractors. Probably could have got away with picking some smaller ones. Let's just drop this here, so if we do want to use anything else we can. So what we'll do, we'll get one of these bale wrappers on, and then what we're going to do, we'll also use one of the bale wrappers that we can attach to a front loader, and also a telehandler to see how well they work, because obviously that's something really quite new. Now this one has got the bale flipper on it, so we will unfold it, turn on automatic flip, let's line ourselves up. Ooh, first time, yep, fantastic. So it picks it up, puts it into the chamber, has a nice little trailed wheel there. I think that's really nice. I'm guessing when it flips it, because it hits that nodule on the trailed wheel, it will probably flip it. Let's have a quick look. Oh, I see, so it goes down and then it flips it. That's fantastic. Let's do that again one more time, and then we'll go get one of the front bale wrappers as well. So it wraps it and it drops it. As it drops it, it then hits that back peg by the looks of it. Yeah, just the shape of that just makes it flip over. That's a really simple but very ingenious invention when you think about it. No hydraulics there or anything, it's just the literal shape of that back bar that allows it to do it. Now I don't really see the point in doing the bale wrapper, the same bale wrapper, but just without a flipper, because it'll just drop it like every other normal bale wrapper does in this game. So I think that's just a bit of a waste if we do that. So let's now swap to one of those. So while we're here, let's pick this up quickly. Okay, move that out of the way, because what we can do is we can pick up one of these bales in a second as well and bring it across. So put that there. We're going to detach that and we're going to wrap a bale with a telehandler. And that's a very unusual thing to say, to be perfectly honest with you. I didn't even know this type of bale wrapping technology existed until obviously I saw the actual gal pack being announced by Giants. Now I'm guessing the bottom roller helps when you have it on the back of a 3-point linkage on the back of a tractor, or even on the front of the 3-point linkage. So let's just go get this bale. So again, unfold, turn on automatic drop. So let's line ourselves up. How's this going to work? Like that. I see how that roller works at the bottom. So you have the roll at the bottom so you can run across the ground to line it up easier. That's really clever. A single wrap, flips round, gets cut, then drops it, and we reverse out. Ah, fantastic. But I suppose if you didn't have automatic drop turned on, you could then take that to a trailer, put it on the back of a trailer. That's really clever. Okay, well, be a good idea if I actually lift that up, but that's fine. But again, yeah, really, really impressive. That is. Again, brilliant animation by Giants, really nice models. So very, very impressed. I think the last thing we're going to check is we're just going to try and take out one of these new Göweil balers that we've got here. We've got the these are the ones that do slightly bigger. Oh, let's swap to the John Deere again. We'll use the John Deere again, and what we'll do is, I think, remember rightly, we do have the Combi 125 with a bale flipper and without. They're both exactly the same in regards to the specs, the power, etc. One's just got the flipper, one hasn't. So what we'll do actually is we will do a little bit more grass bales. Actually, no, yeah, we'll do some grass bales, and then we're going to do some hay bales to see if it still flips them. But obviously then they shouldn't get wrapped, because we don't wrap hay bales generally. So again, the back comes out, lower the pickup, turn on the baler, and let's just see how we get on. And I'm guessing, no, we can't. Okay, so it's not like a dual chamber baler. That's fine. So obviously it's not a dual chamber baler. It just ejects out the back to go to the wrapping area, similar to the other wrapping balers. So yes, let's turn on automatic drop. Bit silly of me. And I'll zoom out again for the next one to make sure that we actually all see it coming and getting dropped out. I'm guessing it'll act exactly the same. So I'm going to the wrapping system. It'll get wrapped, and then it'll drop down on the back chassis, and then it literally will get flipped as it falls out. Let's just double check. Yeah, exactly the same, but still absolutely ingenious way of working, in my opinion. Right, so we've lifted the pickup up, and I've actually got a couple of rows over here of hay that I've headed and then windrowed again. So let's see how it handles with hay. Now, I can't see why it shouldn't handle the hay without any issues. So let's just see. Yeah, going well. And I would have thought it's not going to be like not going to be like a dual chamber baler. It will just eject it into the back and probably drop straight off. But let's see how we get on. So nearly there. 100%. Yeah. Chassis goes in. Just drops it and flicks it straight out. Now, yeah, that's again fantastic. Really, really, really nice piece of equipment. Looks really good too. Let's get to the end of the row quick, see if we can get another bale out, which I think we will do quite easily. Yeah, reverse back, allow the bale to flow out. Obviously that is netted now, I believe, as part of the mod. Yep, they are netted, so they look a little bit more like they should do, and it does look absolutely brilliant, to be honest with you. So let's just, we're gonna pick this back up, take it back over to our staging demonstration area, and to be honest with you, I think we've pretty much shown everything we need to for this pack. I'm really excited about it. I really like the stationary balers. I think they're a really good idea. Quite surprised, or not surprised, but obviously you just need to be cautious of being able to remove the bales, which is absolutely fine. I mean, in a multiplayer situation this would be amazing. You could, especially with grass and chaff, to be able to do that. I think it's a really cool idea. The animation of the diagram of what's going on in the baler is in the stationary baler is absolutely amazing. I think Giants should be really impressed with that, or really happy with themselves. So I'm really impressed with that. I just think what a brilliant pack that Giants have put together here, and I really hope that the rest of the packs and equipment that come out in the next few packs from the year 2 season pass will be this good. Now, if you have any questions or queries, or you want me to run into anything else in a deep dive video about the Göweil pack, then please comment below. While you're down there, like the video. Many thanks for joining me, and I really hope to see you next time. Many thanks.